Isa sa mga phone na inaabangan ko from Tecno for this 2026, and it's the Tecno Camon 50 Ultra 5G. This is the first time naglabas si Tecno ng ultra level na phone. Probably this is the one that's going to take over sa Camon 40 Premier from last year. And there's quite a lot of beefy specs inside this one. There's some upgrade and there's some downgrade dito sa phone na ito. Hihimayin natin yan and aalamin natin kung is this phone worth it. So stay with me. So ayun guys, nakita natin ang pogi ng box nitong Camon 50 Ultra 5G. And mind you guys, this one support na niya eSIM. So good news para sa'yo. Lalo sa mga mahilig mag-travel, perfect na perfect ang eSIM capability. I kinda like yung kanyang metallic blue na finish ka ng box, no? Looks quite premium para sa akin. So bubuksan natin. Tecno AI ang bubungad dito sa'yo. And there's some quick specs dito sa likod kung gusto mong basahin. Tanggalin ko muna. Now inside we got your SIM injector tool. Ang daming laman ah. Andiyan na ganyan free tempered glass, cleaning kit, warranty card, quick start guide, may mga pa-sticker guide pa siya. And of course, yung kanyang case. Probably for me, ito yung pinaka-pogi na case na nakita ko from Tecno. And it looks quite good. Mukha siyang design from mga designer bag o tingnan niyo mabuti. So anyways, ito yung phone. So kung gusto mong makita ka ng specs, just pause it. Further unboxing the other things inside the box. Meron tayong charging cable, and meron tayong 45 watts na charging brick. So here's the fun part. Uy. Ibang-iba siya sa Camon 40 Premier from last year, and mapapansin mo kanyang camera module looks quite familiar. Let me know in the comments kung sino kahawig niya. Now, itong Tecno Camon 50 Ultra 5G would come in 3 variants. Ang ganda 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage will be priced at $19,999. Ang ganda 12256 will be priced at $21,999. And ang ganda 12512 will be priced at $25,999. And if you pre-order early, you get a lot of freebies plus a 1,500 pesos off on every single purchase. So if I were you, just simply click the link on the description box below or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para ma-redirect kayo sa official store ng Tecno para mabili nyo with freebies and mabili ninyo at a discounted price. Huwag na kayo paligoy-ligoy dyan kung saan kayo mapunta, iwas na tayo ng scam. And for every purchase na ginawa nyo dito sa aking channel, nakakatulong kayo sa akin para makabili ako ng mga bagong units to review just for you. So thank you in advance. Now, honestly, maganda tong build ng Camon 50 Ultra. We have a glass-like back dito sa likod. We have a plastic frame sa gilid. And mapapansin mo, curve ang kanyang sides. And we also have a curved display dito na Corning Gorilla Glass 7 eye protected din. And balita ko guys, tough din tong phone na ito. Dahil this one has a IP68, IP69 dust and water resistant. Hindi lang yun, meron pa siyang military standard 810H compliance, making it really tough against yung mga drops and against yung mga torture tests na ginagawa natin. Pero of course, at the end of the day, I still don't recommend you to do those tests if it's not necessary. Just a quick word of reminder, physical damage and water damage, void ang iyong warranty. Na kung gusto mo makita ang complete spec sheet ng Tecno Camon 50 Ultra 5G, ito, pakita ko sa inyo. Tamad na magbasa. Now, on everyday usage, ginamit ko naman to for roughly mga 2.5 weeks na dito sa aking studio. And I've been using this as one of my daily drivers for day in and day out. Most of the things na ginagawa ko naman dito, walang problema. Be it doing some spreadsheet, documents, or trying to use AI, or quick video edit, lahat kaya naman ibigay sa akin dito na phone na ito. Pati gaming, kaya naman niya. AAA games pa guys. Pag-uusapan natin yan later. And probably you might be wondering kung anong processor ang ginamit ni Tecno dito on this phone. This time around, gamit ng MediaTek Dimensity 7400 Ultimate. It's basically a 4nm chip na kaya mag-multitask, and it's a very common chip na nakikita natin sa mga mid-ranger just like this one. And nung sinala ko naman sa Antutu benchmark, binigyan ako ng kulang-kulang 1 million points dito sa version 11. And if you want to check more benchmark na ginawa natin, ito, pakita ko sa inyo. Now, pagdating naman sa kanyang battery, this phone packs in 6,500 mAh na battery, which is for me a step up compared sa Camon 40 Premier last year. And by the way, the phone nito supports 45 watts of fast charging, though it's a little bit step down compared sa 70 watts ng Camon 40 Premier. Charging this phone from 0 to 100 takes you around mga 1 hour and 20 minutes to complete a full charging cycle. Now, on normal average daily usage, walang problema itong phone na ito. It can last you a whole day without even needing to worry kung kailangan mo na mag-charge o hindi. And nung sinala ko naman sa battery stress test ni PC Mark, 16 hours and 43 minutes. Not bad. Now, pag-usapan natin quickly ang kanyang display. One of the good things na gusto ko dito sa kanya is curve ng kanyang display. It has a 6.78-inch na AMOLED display with 144Hz screen refresh rate. May PWM dimming pa siya and HDR10 support. Currently, it's being protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass 7i, which ensures you na maganda ang kanyang protection against scratches. Now, if you're trying to browse mga social media mo dito sa phone na ito, expect to give you a really good experience dahil maganda ang kanyang AMOLED display. While I'm swiping across mga reels and shorts, maganda naman mga napapanood ko dito sa kanya. Punchy ang kanyang colors. Probably the only time na magiging pangit na experience ko dito is pag pangit ang aking internet connection. Mabagal mag-loading reels, plus magiging pixelated siya kasi mababa ang yung internet speed. Now, if you're watching mga favorite shows mo dito on YouTube, sa Netflix, expect to give you a good experience dahil the phone simply has a good display. By the way guys, the phone na ito is running iOS 16 inside Android version 16 and meron tayong 3 major Android upgrades. So meaning kung 16 siya ngayon, you should be updated sa 17, 18, and Android version 19. Now guys, itong phone na ito has dual stereo speakers. Meron tayong 6 na butas dito sa ilalim and we got 3 on top. So alam natin medyo imbalance. But nevertheless, we're still going to try to check out yung kanyang sound quality. And by the way, it's being tuned by Dolby Atmos. Ito, here goes. Medyo nakakatuwa tong song ni Cat's Eye, no? Pinky Up. Pinky. Yung kanyang sound quality is not bad. Pero I would say na probably hindi niya inaabot yung mga level ng mga flagship phones. Yung kanyang sound is just average para sa akin personally. Napag-usapan natin right now is gaming. Alam na natin si Dimensity 7400 can give you some good gaming experience except that hindi mo lang kaya isagad ang kanyang graphics. Now, I did play 4 titles, Call of Duty Mobile, Mobile Legend, si Genshin Impact, plus si Wuthering Waves. Now, let's start with Call of Duty Mobile. Honestly, itong game na ito, I was able to achieve a 90 FPS. Almost consistent naman siya throughout the whole game na nilalaro ko. Wala akong naging problema naman dito sa kanya. And honestly, very fluid naman siya. Smooth ang aking graphics, wala akong mapapansin na frame drops. Probably those are the things na masasabi ko sa inyo. Mabilis naman ka ng touch response. Sound is just so-so, hindi naman sa sobrang kalakasan. And one thing na napansin ko is medyo mainit siya at 43 degrees Celsius after 30 minutes of gameplay. Inside room temp ha. Probably one of the reason na medyo mainit siya is dahil summer na. Pagdating naman sa ML, I was able to achieve 120 FPS. All throughout the games, pinakamababa na drop na is just 117. Well, which is just wala lang naman yon. Overall, I would say na magandang experience ko dito sa ML. Smooth naman ang aking gameplay. Wala kang mafe-feel na frame drops. Well, basically, you're just simply bound to enjoy itong game na ito dahil it's simply good. Pinamainit na inabot niya is 42 degrees Celsius. Pagdating naman si Genshin Impact, umabot ako ng 60 FPS except that most of the time, pag naglalaro ako, nag-hover siya around nasa 47 to 50 FPS. Kaya nag-adventure ako, no, na pinakamataas na na-achieve ko is 50. And pag nagka-clash naman, maabot ako na siguro mga around 44 to 48 FPS na naglalaro, kahit heavy battle na siya. And you're going to get quite a good gameplay dito sa kanya. Pinamainit na inabot ko, 44 degrees Celsius. Medyo mainit. Pagdating sa Wuthering Waves, nakaset siya sa 60 FPS. Though the whole game, ang napapansin ko, naglalaro lang ako around mga nasa 36 to 38 FPS. On most occasion, pag tumatakbo ka nasa 38, yun ang napapansin ko. E pag nagka-clash ka, nasa 35 to 36 FPS. I set this one to lower graphical settings with a high frame rate and the gameplay is just average. I wouldn't say it's good dahil mababa nga ng graphical settings, pero I would say na this game is definitely playable. One complaint ko lang dito sa kanya talaga is mainit siya at 46 degrees Celsius after 30 minutes of gameplay. Now, right now guys, pag-uusapan na natin yung highlight dito sa phone nito, which is yung kanyang cameras. Ang pinaka-highlight dito is yung kanyang main camera sensor, which is a 50MP na Sony Lightyear 700C na sensor. Malaki ang kanyang aperture at 1.8 and malaki rin yung kanyang sensor at 1.56. Together with it, meron sa 50MP na telephoto lens with 3 times optical zoom and a 8MP na ultra-wide lens. Kaya na mag-shoot up to 4K and 30fps. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is a 50MP which can also shoot you up to 4K and 30fps. Now, right now, pag-usapan natin some of the outdoor shots na nakuha natin. Pag tinignan natin mga greens na ito, it looks quite refreshing. Magandang ganyang mga greens dito, hindi siya OA ang kanyang green. Though it's a little bit saturated, pero maganda naman tingnan sa aking mata. Looks refreshing, and there are some photos dito na medyo towards the darker green ang kanyang atap. Some of these photos maganda tingnan and maaliwalas. Looks like taken on a DSLR. And some natural shots like this looks good and maganda-gandang pagka-bokeh sa background. And I kinda like itong purple na na-capture natin dito sa mga suntan na ito. On other shots outdoors, maganda naman siya tingnan and makita natin mga cloud details, maganda. And magandang capture ko dito sa photo na ito. Yung maganda yung kanyang pagka-focus sa subject medyo a bit bokeh dito sa kanyang other side. And some of these shots looks pretty amazing, and honestly, napahanga din ako sa kanyang camera. And I was able to play with its ultra-wide lens, and this is how it looks like, and I can zoom it all the way up to 100 times zoom. Ito itsura niya after zooming it 400 times using AI. Medyo a bit grainy na siya. Now, if you go indoor, I was able to capture a lot of these action figures. And masasabi ko sa inyo guys, ang magandang camera. I was able to focus easily sa mga action figures na ito. And it looks pretty nice and solid, the mga photos na ito na na-capture natin. Really nice, and you can visit them sa Neo Arts Cafe here in Quezon City. This is probably one of my favorites ng shot dito sa Gundam. On other low light shot, like itong sa image ito, looks okay, walang color spill. And other photos like mga mannequin like this one looks good. Magandang kanyang pagka-dramatic shot dito, and mga stuffed dolls, and you get some flower shots dito. Looks pretty nice. Kayang-kaya mag-perform ka ng camera. And on outdoor, yung kind of selfie camera is definitely good. Was able to take some really nice snaps dito sa kanya, except na mapapansin mo, it's a little bit natatanggal yung mga blemish ko sa aking mukha. Probably yung masasabi ko sa inyo is that medyo naka-beautify sa kanya by default. And if you go indoor, mapapansin mo, it's going to be a bit softer compared sa outdoor. Lalo na kung medyo mahinang ilaw, expect it to suffer a little bit. And here's a quick sample from the front-facing camera for video. Tecno Camon 50 Ultra 5G. Shooting at 4K and 30 guys. Honestly, quality has improved over sa kanyang last generation. And I would say it keeps getting better and better. Lalo kung magandang yung lighting, you'll shoot better videos. Definitely. And here's a sample ng ganang video from the rear camera. On 50 Ultra, you can zoom it all the way up to 10 times zoom. So it's a little bit grainy. Overall stable ang kanyang camera, I would say. Gandang-gandang color science, and yeah, quite sharp din. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa bagong Tecno Camon 50 Ultra 5G? First of all, masasabi ko sa inyo maganda-ganda form factor, and it looks quite like the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra kung ganang camera module, no? Like, siya tanong ko sa inyo, di ba kanina, kung ano kamukha niya. Maganda-gandang display, 1.5K na AMOLED display with 144Hz screen refresh rate. Quite a performer naman ang Dimensity 7400 Ultimate. Probably not the best, pero it can definitely perform. IP68 and IP69 doesn't water resistant at this price point. For me, it's not so bad. And of course, yung kanyang pinaka-highlight is yung kanyang Sony Lightyear 700C na 50MP camera sensor. Taking some really good snaps, nakita niyo naman. Overall, the phone nito for below 20K sa kanyang base variant, I would say na pretty not bad, and performer na rin itong phone na ito. And you can get it much lower during pre-ordering period with a lot of freebies. Okay guys, are you willing to invest sa Tecno Camon 50 Ultra 5G? Let me know in the comments, and of course, if you know anyone na fan ng Tecno and gusto mag-upgrade na kanyang phone to the latest and greatest na meron ni Tecno, don't forget to share this video to them. And of course, ina-encourage ko to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so you don't miss out the mga review just like this one, si Tecno Camon 50 Ultra 5G. Nakiki-ultra na rin siya. So paano yan? Hanggang dito muna guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.